Before you settle in, I want you to pause. Just breathe. For the first time in days, breathe. Because you didn't come here by chance. This isn't a random video. And you didn't land here because of the algorithm. You landed here because your heart has been whispering for help. And Allah heard it before you ever said a word. Look at your life for a moment. The weight you've been carrying, the silence you've been holding, the nights you cried quietly, the moments you pretended to be okay, but you weren't. None of that was hidden from Allah. And tonight, Allah brought you here for a reason so deep that if I told you too quickly, your heart wouldn't be ready. So just stay with me, because something extraordinary is happening in your life right now. Not outside you, inside you. A shift, a turning, a moment you will remember when you look back years from now and say, that was the night everything changed. And maybe you don't see it yet. Maybe all you feel is the pain. Maybe all you notice is the confusion. Maybe all you see is the delay. Maybe all you feel is loneliness. Maybe all you hear is silence. But that silence is not emptiness. It is preparation. Allah's preparation. My dear brother, my dear sister, you've been begging Allah for answers. You've been asking Him why life feels heavy. You've been wondering why certain people left, why certain doors closed, why certain dua didn't come true, why certain seasons refused to end. You thought Allah was ignoring you, but the truth is, He was building you. You thought you were breaking, but you were becoming. You thought you were falling behind, but Allah was pulling you ahead, just not in the way you imagined. You see, some of the hardest things you lived through were not punishments. They were transitions, shifting you away from places that were too small for the person you are becoming. And this entire video, every word you're about to hear, every reminder, every whisper, every moment is designed to show you why Allah took you the long way around. So let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like Allah was quiet when you needed Him most? Have you ever felt like life was happening to everyone except you? Have you ever felt like you were praying and praying, but the heavens stayed still? Have you ever felt like your heart was tired of understanding, tired of being strong, tired of being patient? If your answer is yes, then this video is not a coincidence. This is mercy pulling you in. This is Allah calling your heart closer. And before this hour ends, you will understand three things. Why Allah allowed you to feel unseen. Why Allah removed the people you wanted to keep. Why Allah is saving your honor for a moment you cannot see yet. You think you've seen Allah's plan? No, my dear. You've only seen the door closing. The opening, the one written for you, is still ahead. And by the time this video reaches the end, your heart will whisper, Allah, you were with me the entire time. So don't scroll, don't rush, don't distract yourself. Sit with this message. Let it go deep. Let it reach the places inside you that you've been avoiding for years. Let this be the reminder that pulls you out of the pain and into the purpose your soul was created for. Because what you are about to hear is not a lecture, not a talk, not a motivational speech. This is a conversation between your tired heart and the one who has been healing it. Even when you didn't know, stay until the end. Because the person who began this video will not be the same person who finishes it. And that is Allah's promise to a sincere heart. They didn't see your heart, but Allah did. My dear brother, my dear sister, sometimes life brings you moments that feel heavier than your own body. Moments where you look at yourself and wonder why your heart feels so tired, so stretched, so drained, even though you never showed anyone how heavy the burden was. And one of the biggest hurts in this world is when you give someone your purest love, your purest loyalty, your purest sincerity, and they respond with silence, with distance, with selfishness. It's when you choose them, but they never chose you the same way. It's when you stay and they leave. You help and they ignore. You protect and they allow others to hurt you. You forgive and they forget your worth. You gave from your heart, even on days when you barely had anything left to give. You smiled for people while you cried alone. You were strong for everyone while you silently broke in places no one could see. You carried their emotions, their fears, their stress, because that's how big your heart is. You never asked for anything back. Not money, not gifts, not favors, only respect, only appreciation, only honesty. But they couldn't give you even that. And the saddest part is, you kept believing that maybe one day they would notice. Maybe one day they would say, thank you. Maybe one day they would say, I'm sorry. Maybe one day they would say, I didn't realize how much you did for me. But that day never came. Instead, they took your loyalty as something normal. They took your kindness as something expected. They took your efforts as something they deserved. They took your sacrifices as their right. You kept giving. They kept taking. You kept understanding. They kept repeating the same hurtful actions. You kept choosing them. They kept choosing themselves. And slowly, you started breaking in ways you didn't know were possible. You started feeling invisible. You started feeling replaceable. You started feeling like your heart was too soft for this world. But listen to me, my dear. Your heart was never the problem. Your kindness was never the weakness. Your loyalty was never the mistake. Your sincerity was never foolishness. The problem was simple. You were giving pieces of your heart to people who didn't even know how to hold them. You were watering a garden that belonged to someone who didn't care what grew there. You were trying to heal someone who didn't mind hurting you. But while they ignored your heart, Allah saw the moments you cried after helping someone. Allah saw the nights you couldn't sleep because you were hurt quietly. Allah saw the days you pushed yourself to be strong for others, even while you were hurting inside. Allah saw when your voice trembled, but you still spoke kindly. Allah saw when someone disrespected you, and you still chose patience over anger. Allah saw when you forgave, even though they didn't deserve it. Allah saw when you lowered your ego just to save a relationship that they didn't bother to protect. Allah saw the truth behind every tear, every smile, every silence, every effort. Not a single moment of your sincerity was missed. Not a single second of your pain was ignored. Not a single sacrifice was forgotten. You see, people only see what you show, but Allah sees what you hide. People only understand what you explain, but Allah understands what you feel. People only appreciate you when it benefits them, but Allah appreciates you because your heart is clean. And sometimes Allah lets people hurt you, not to punish you, but to remove you from places that were too small for your soul. Sometimes Allah allows someone to break your heart. so you don't continue giving it to the wrong hands. Sometimes Allah allows someone to use you so that you never again waste your sincerity on someone who didn't deserve even your hello. Sometimes Allah lets people walk away because He is protecting you from a future you cannot see. You think you lost something, but Allah knows you were saved. You think you were rejected, but Allah knows you were redirected. You think you were forgotten, but Allah knows you were chosen for something better. My dear, your worth was never in their hands. Your value was never written by people. Your story was never controlled by those who hurt you. Your tears are seen by the Lord of the worlds. Your patience is written by the most merciful. Your kindness is recorded by the most just. Your sacrifices are counted by the one who never forgets. You did not give your heart in vain. You did not love in vain. You did not care in vain. You did not forgive in vain. Everything you did was witnessed by Allah at a time when people closed their eyes. And Allah says in His own way, I saw you when no one else did. I heard you when no one else listened. I knew your sincerity when people doubted you. I counted your tears when the world ignored them. I will return everything you lost in ways greater than you imagined. My dear brother, my dear sister, don't think the story ends with your pain. Don't think your heart will stay broken. Don't think your sincerity will go unrewarded. Allah is preparing something beautiful for you. Something that will make you look back and say, now I understand why it had to happen. But until then,